students to this English class. Now let us begin with prayer. Dear Lord and Father of all, thank you for today. Thank you for ways in which you provide for us all. For your protection and love, we thank you. Help us to focus our hearts and minds now on what we are about to learn. Inspire us by your Spirit as we listen and write. Guide us by your eternal light as we discover more about the world around us. Amen. The poem Summer and Winter. The Summer and Winter by P.B. Shelley is a great piece of poem that compares between summer and winter in the most romantic way. First by focusing on nature and then by writing their antagonism as life and death. He draws his comparison with the beautiful images. Summer is present as bright and joyful. This symbolizes life and happiness. The winter is presented as dull and lifeless. If we speak about the author P.B. Shelley, he was an English poet of the early 19th century. He is widely thought of as one of the most important poets of the Romantic movement in English literature. Some of his poems, like Ozymandias and Ode to the West Wind, are among the most famous in English. Now let us come to the poem. We learn by stanza by stanza. It was a bright and cheerful afternoon towards the end of sunny month of June, when the north wind congregates in crowds, the floating mountains of the silver clouds from the horizon and the stainless sky opens beyond them like eternity. In the opening lines of the poem, the poet describes an afternoon in the sunny month of June. He says that it was beautiful sunny afternoon where everything seemed to be full of joy. Poet says that when the north wind blows, the clouds are gathered together like floating mountains, one horizon to the other. Once the clouds are moved, the sky looks very clear and it is like endless eternity. The meaning congregates. It means to gather, to come together. Horizon, that means where the sky seems to meet the earth. Stainless means clear. Now let us come to the next stanza. All things rejoiced beneath the sun, the weeds, the river and the cornfields and the reeds, the willow leaves that glanced in the light breeze, and the firm foliage of the larger trees. In these lines, the poet describes a bright and cheerful afternoon. Poet says, all the objects of nature seem to be full of joy under the sun. The weeds, the river, the cornfields, reeds, willow leaves glittering in the gentle breeze, the firm leaves of the larger trees, and in fact, all things under the sun seems to be full of joy and pleasure. Here, glanced, that means glittering. Foliage, It means the mass of leaves or a thick as a plant of trees. It was a winter such as when birds die in the deep forest and the fishes lie stiffened in the translucent ice which makes even the mud and the slime of the warm lakes. Here, winter is described as a terrible weather in the poem. Birds had begun to die in the deep forest. The fishes freeze in the water because of the water turns into ice as the temperature lowers in the winter. Even the mud and the slime of the warm lakes turn into a hard lump like that of a brick. The last stanza of the poem. A wrinkled clod as hard as brick, and when among their children comfortable men gather about great fires and yet feel cold, alas, then for the homeless beggar old. In this stanza, the poem ends on a sad note. The poet says that during winter, people living in comfortable homes gather round by fire and still they feel cold. The poet feels sad to think of the old homeless beggars who have no place to put their head in such a terrible weather. The poor can neither complain or find the comforting place to escape this freezing cold. So dear students, thank you watching for this small video.